Cruise on receipts in my pocket, don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Ready to get us started, the Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
He's coming. Check in. Crunch time, defense.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A huge play there right off the bat. 62 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Opening minute and already a trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Trubisky now off the bootleg. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2 yards, good enough for a first. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Exit. Watch the safety creep. Right there.
Back to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they...
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them, because they're really outside of field goal range now, all right, the opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Check 3. Recon, 132 fighter. Watch twist. Check 26. Lock in.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
180. Win championships, baby.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Trubisky. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. They'll toss it to Fournette. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Go. 56. Mike 54. No,
2nd and 15. Going up top. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way down to the 39. A huge play there for Chicago. 53 yards. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on 1st down. A toss play. Gordon. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. On 2nd down now. It's Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Fournette running out of the gun. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Brandon Williams, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Now Gordon on first down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 4 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Here's Trubisky, eluding the pressure right, and he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bears take over. Elsewhere, second quarter in D.C. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54. Check, Mike.
2nd and 4. Steps away to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
Get him, boy.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go.
Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Up, 180. Get that quarterback at all costs. Right.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.